Welcome back to Nature's Cadence Farm. And today I'm going to give you a 5 year update on this GRM 520 the 5-in-1 52cc multifunction brush cutter that you see on a lot of the online stores and things that are being sold. And it's rebranded by so many companies. I believe it's a Mitsubishi motor, something like that. Oh gosh, I looked it up. Either way, but it still runs. It still cuts. I've got actually the trimmer head on it right now and the deflector, and the attachment. You can see how crusty it is with grass. I've been using the daylights out of it. So I just wanted to go over the stuff that I have actually fixed on this thing over the years, and again, 5 years. And I do want to say I abuse this machine. I use it for a lot of things that I don't want to use other equipment for, or whatever. I have some really nice Robin trimmers that I love running. They're really smooth and they run great. But this one I end up using in places that it might be a little more than what it should be doing, but I will say it's held up so far for 5 years. So either way, let's talk about the first thing that I had to fix. This bolt right here that holds the attachment on. You can see that I have welded up a piece of bar stock onto a bolt and put a nut over on this side to hold everything together. That was the first thing. The second thing was one of these bolts that hold the deflector shield on. Those actually, one of those stripped out. The other one still held up. This little line cutter broke off. That should be right here. That's gone now. So, but it still kind of works, and it doesn't really matter. I use enough string where it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. I don't need to cut it off. There's enough stuff around that I hit that just breaks the string off anyway. So, the trigger here. This is a new trigger compared to what was in the video where I changed out to the brush cutter handles instead of the trigger being right here by my hand, my left hand be on your uh right here on your shaft. So either way, that broke and I just replaced it with a different style that seems to be working fine, and that went on the exact same way as the other one in the video. And in fact, I'll throw one up right here for you, the link to the how to put the brush cutter handles on this. Let's see here. I have some missing and or loose bolts on the crankcase of the engine here. So there's one missing here that I never put in. This one looks like it might have backed out a little bit, but they need to be checked, tightened up. I think I had to tighten up the snout here for the clutch. Oh, let's see. While we're here, the recoil assembly exploded and actually locked up everything. So this is a non-easy start, just a direct pull on that. I've got a video. I might not have put that up yet about it, but either way, this is this got replaced. The intake block for the carburetor right inside of here, the intake block that goes between the carburetor and the cylinder, that loosened up and actually caused the the machine to run lean. So I'd let off the throttle and it would take a long time to idle back down, or it never idled back down at all. Actually, it stayed kind of high. So I knew it was pulling air in from somewhere, and I didn't want to burn it up. Again, I'm hard on it, but I don't abuse it, like, you know, knowingly that there's something wrong. So I went ahead and took it all apart and figured out that's what not all apart, but I mean, I took apart the carburetor and the intake block there. Had to cut a new gasket. I probably could have ordered one. I have no idea where to get one, but I had gasket material and that just took me a minute literally to cut a new gasket and put it in there. So that was kind of a showstopper when that kind of happened. This was a showstopper for the recoil up here. The trigger breaking, that was a showstopper. I know it sounds like a lot of stuff broke, but I'm telling you, I used this thing pretty much exclusively for 5 years straight on this farm. And we have a lot of weed eating. I'm talking, I would fill this thing up. I'd go through a gallon of gas every time I ran it. And that would be once a week, in this machine. That's how much I was running it. Maybe more, it all depends. Let's see, the last thing that just recently happened, and I have not fixed this yet, is the plastic mounts for the fuel tank have broken. There's one right inside of here, and then there's one right inside of here. And the tank was kind of falling down. This bracket, I guess, had stretched, and the tank had kind of flopped over like that. So that's one thing, or the last thing, really. And then the fuel cap here, sometimes this little breather gets sucked inside of this white plastic thing, and I just have to reach in there with needle nose and pull the tank vent back so it doesn't blow fuel out of this little hole right here. Because while you're running it, your back will get soaked with gas if you're not watching out, and you'll kind of smell it before it starts really kicking in. But either way, so that's it for really what I've had to fix on this thing. I'm trying to think. I haven't even taken the shafts out and greased them up. Oh, I do grease the gearbox down here every year. I do that in the springtime when I get started up in trimmer mode here. But yeah, inside of this gearbox, I just pop this bolt out that's right here. I think it's a 4 millimeter. I think it's 4 millimeter head, but it's right here on the right hand side of the gearbox. Pull that out, and I take a few pumps of that little bar tip greaser for a chainsaw, and you can get those at your stores and stuff. In fact, check down in the description for the links. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to this and anything else I can find that I've actually done to this thing. And this is an Echo bump feed head that I put on here. The old one exploded, literally. And so that is something else that broke. I forgot about that. That happened way early on, so it didn't last at all. But this, yeah, Echo, I'll put a link to that down there too. So either way, all in all, still very happy with it for what I paid for it. I think out the door back then was $170 for everything. I think they're around 200 now, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I haven't even looked because I'm not looking at replacing it, anytime soon, which still runs. Just got a few, like I said, a few things to fix on there. So with the tank being loose, but we'll get it. So that's pretty much it for me on the how this has held up over the years. And other than a few little small things left, that like the tank being broken, that really, and it doesn't keep it from running. That bracket holds the tank in there. I just might have to kind of bend it back a little bit, and I might have hung it on a tree or something when I was weed eating or whatever, and it popped loose. I'm not sure. But either way, guys, that's it. If you do have any questions, please shoot a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer what you have. And yeah, that's it for me. So remember, if you do, I like to run. Oh, that is something I wanted to cover. I forgot to cover earlier. I run Opti 2 40-1 gas mix in here. So not saying that's the best, not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying that's what works for me for this machine that I have. Yours may be different. If you have something different, again, I'd still like to know about what fuel you use and what two cycle oil you use in there. So either way, guys. So that's it. I'll go ahead and wrap this up. And thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.